Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. In this video, we are going to be giving you a much requested Stellar Lumens update. Lots of people asking me if I still hold my Stellar, what I'm doing with it. I'll quickly answer that. I am indeed still holding on to my Stellar Lumens. For those of you who've been watching me for long enough, you'll know that Stellar is a part of my portfolio. It is a small part of my portfolio, however, it is still there, and I believe still has a bright future. The reason that Stellar is part of my portfolio, the same way XRP is because I like to diversify in the crypto space. So my portfolio is made up with lots of different cryptocurrencies that all have different use cases. So for example, Cardano, Algorand, Ethereum on the smart contract side, Bitcoin on the store of value side, something like Aave on a DeFi side, and even stable coins just to really help me get in and out of positions very swiftly. Stellar Lumens and XRP are already there for the remittance side of things. Both of those assets want to be cross-border assets that essentially allow people to trade in and out of things in a very cost-efficient way. So whether that's transacting, I'll quickly read this to you, and then we're going to go into the Stellar Lumens chart. I'm going to be telling you why there's a lot of interesting things setting up right now, and why a breakout for Stellar isn't that far off at all, and you are going to see a pretty significant price jump in my opinion, because there's a trait that plays out time and time again with Stellar. We're going to get into all that. We're also going to be covering why Stellar Lumens is part of my portfolio. We're going to be looking again, and for those of you who watch my videos daily, you'll know I've already covered this in regards to a number of other topics. Cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started. This is published by the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum has people like Christine Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, Larry Fink, the head of Carlyle Group, and David Rubenstein, one of the heads of the BlackRock Investing Group, on the board, and these guys have mentioned Stellar Lumens by name. I also think that the market Stellar's going after is, the remittance market is around about $50 billion. However, not only could they capture the remittance market, we know that the Forex daily trading volume is around about $6.6 trillion, ladies and gentlemen. So this essentially means the transferring of one currency into another. Stellar Lumens can actually capture a part of this if they are successful. So I think Stellar has a bright future. Now, let's take a quick look at where Stellar Lumens is today before we get into the charts. Currently 18th in terms of position, sat around about 31 cents. Has a $7.1 billion market cap. So I think there's a lot of room to grow here. And ultimately, I still hold on to all my Stellar. I don't really do anything. It's just sat in a ledger. And is going to continue to sit there until I see a good sale point. Now, one thing I want to point out on the daily chart, and we'll probably better show this on the 4-hourly, give us a little bit more detail, is you can see there is a trait that occurs for Stellar Lumens every time before a breakout. And can you see what I'm drawing here for you guys? You can see that these areas here are descending essentially. You are having that right now, and every single time in a bull market, and it isn't just true in this bull market that we're currently in 2021 that started in 2020, but it's true in the prior, and I'll show you that quickly. Always leads to a breakout, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that very, very clearly here, and we'll quickly look back at 2017. The price moved in the exact same way, guys. I mean, it really did. Like, you can see, look, I know this is on a daily, so it will look slightly different. Essentially, you come down, you bottom out before you then make your impulsive moves. We're expecting the exact same thing to happen for Stellar now. We just think that it is heavily tethered to Bitcoin, essentially, at the moment. So we know that assets or altcoins sell off significantly more when Bitcoin sells off because they're a higher beta. That's just how this space goes for the time being. I think that will change in the future as the space matures, but you are still very early if you're a part of the crypto space right now. So we're expecting that for Stellar. When that will be, we're not 100% sure. However, I don't think it's too far around the corner. I just think that we ultimately need the overall market to pick up, and we are seeing a bit of a red day today across the board. But it is still my conviction at this point here, and we've looked at a number of indicators. Go and watch my Bitcoin videos to suggest that we've bottomed here, guys. I do genuinely believe that, and ultimately one thing that I really want to point out, because it's so apparent to me, is that this looks very, very similar to Wyckoff accumulation. We saw Wyckoff distribution over here. The schematic was pretty much identical. I do now believe that you are going through Wyckoff accumulation. What this essentially verifies to us is that, you know, the composite man that Wyckoff spoke about, the insiders are still here and they're manipulating the market, and they understand the value in blockchain the same way that the World Economic Forum, which has some of the heaviest financial hitters out there, understands that blockchain is going to disrupt. They said an $876 trillion market cap. You know, so do these guys, and they want to try and maximize it. And there's a game of manipulation being played right now, which essentially involves them making sure that you guys aren't on the train when it leaves. So that's what this channel is really largely about, trying to help people to understand that and make their own informed decisions accordingly. So the World Economic Forum actually mentioned Stellar Lumens. They mentioned 5 altcoins. We've spoke about this. I'll quickly skim through it before we go into a number of other things, confirming why I'm so bullish on Stellar, like CBDCs, for example. We'll quickly go over this. So when they mentioned scale and throughput, they mention 5 different altcoins, and Stellar Lumens is one of them. Of course, XRP is another. Stellar Lumens is a global public network built for interoperability between traditional and digital financial infrastructures, most notably the cross-border payments. So this is significant. We've already seen they're working with the Ukraine in order to promote their CBDC. So when people have CBDCs, they think that this is going to nullify the whole cross-border side of things. Here are just some articles. You know, the Bank of England, China, we know, coming out with the digital yuan. You've got Switzerland. You've got a number, the euro, the digital euro. You've got a number of currencies out there. You've got France, Brazil, Nigeria, etc., all looking to come out with central bank digital currencies. They are going to need, certainly for something like the Forex market, which has one of the highest volumes daily out of any financial sector, they're going to need a cross-border asset to essentially trade into, because the way that remittances work at the moment is very expensive, it's very clunky, it's kind of like an old switch system. This revolutionizes that space, and that's why I'm in Stellar, that's why I'm in XRP as well. I'm going to make a longer XRP video. It's all very interesting, and I think you have some great minds at Stellar. We really like the team. We like Jed McCaleb. We're going to forgive him for the whole Mt. Gox hack, even though it wasn't really his fault, but you know, a bit of a stigma attached to him there. Lots of people don't even know that he was really one of the founders of Mt. Gox. He also was one of the founders of the XRP ledger, and then went on to do this. That's why he has so much XRP, or did have, and is continuing to dump it. So Stellar was made to support digital representations of any currency, but it also has its own built-in token called Lumens, created to fill a special role in the network. By design, Stellar requires that each account holder owns a small amount of Lumens. This is where the demand for this token is going to come, because in order for you to use their system, their remittance system, or you are going to actually have to own some Lumens. So imagine if this gains large-scale adoption. We already know that the markets they're going after are colossal. The movement of money market is huge, guys. We are seeing a bit of a decrease in the remittance market at the moment. That's just due to the whole kind of macroeconomics of everything. But we're really bullish, guys. Stellar for remittances. Each year, over 500 billion of value is transferred cross-border. Blah, 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 blah. It's basically just reconfirming everything that I've said to you. You know, telling you some of the challenges. Come and have a look on the Stellar Lumens website, guys. Go follow them on Twitter. If you're a Stellar Lumens fan, make sure you stay up to date with what they're doing, because you know, there's lots of telling things there. And ultimately, you know, I do think that Bitcoin, the bottom is in for Bitcoin. This is going to allow the rest of the market to flourish. Exactly when that is, you know, I think we're just going to essentially walk our way out here, guys, and get back to annual all-time highs, etc., and continue this bull market. Stellar Lumens is going to act accordingly, so it's going to come to an equilibrium moment like it does every single time. And we showed you prior history where, you know, you get an explosion set. So you want to be accumulating in these zones here. That is not financial advice. That's just what I perhaps personally am doing. And you know, if you don't want to be accumulating up here, guys, you want to be accumulating down here, because we know traditionally, and Stellar Lumens has really solid fundamentals. It's not like you're investing in a meme coin that's doing this that could just continue to go down. There is real staying power with Lumens. That's why it's continued to be a part of my portfolio, and it's going to, you know, I have no intentions of getting rid of it essentially until I find a suitable price to sell it at. We could be looking in the future at $5 Lumens. That's not out of the cards here, guys, especially if they start, you know, actually, milestones are getting hit, but it's, you know, it's like anything, guys. When there's new technology, similar with the internet or phones or, you know, Wi-Fi, there's always a bit of a stigma attached to it, and it's very slow. The adoption curve is slow, but it's not that slow like this. Yeah. we're getting way off topic, guys. Let's focus on what we're saying. You know, you can see that, and this chart is just so messy. Let me clean this up a little bit. We are waiting for that equilibrium moment, like you have every time, that is going to push Stellar up. Let's take a quick look at the weekly. Still under your 20 EMA. We use it. Everyone asks why I don't use the 21. It's just different, isn't it? Everyone uses the 21. We like to look at the 20. It's much and such the same. We use EMAs because there's less lagging involved. You can see you are still below your EMA, but I mean, this, you know, Stellar's done this time and time again and recovered from it, so we're not really worried. That is all I have for you in this video, guys. Just a quick update. I thought I'd just let you know where I'm at. We still hold all our lumens and are going to continue to do so. We ultimately think that, you know, you've not gone very far in lumens' cycle, and we know traditionally lumens and XRP do a lot towards the end of the cycle, the end of the bull run, whereas other coins grow steadily throughout and have that kind of blow off top. All I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to love and leave you on that note. Go and check Stellar out. Very interesting project that potentially I think has a very bright future. And we like the fact that it's different. Like XRP, we like the fact that they're going after a different market. There is talk about maybe DeFi and stuff coming to Stellar and XRP, but we'll talk about that in another video. All I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love and leave you. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Your feedback is crucial to the growth of this channel, whether it's good or bad. And I will hopefully see you all in the next YouTube video, guys. So get subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.